Hey guys, it's Bree. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today we're doing another college video. Let's get right on into it. The advice that I'm going over in today's video is more focused around social/mental well-being, whereas I do plan on doing another one that is focused on academics, but these are all the things that I have heard or have learned over my time in college. I am gonna be a senior at the University of Minnesota. Go Ghosts! So yeah, the first thing that I have learned as a college student socially, especially when making friends, is do not force anything. Do not force yourself into a relationship just because, you feel like you don't have the best relationships right now or you don't have any. I personally had forced myself into a few relationships, friendships, and they just weren't right, and I knew it, and I knew that there was better out there, and I was just too scared to branch out. But if you know that it's not right for you, do not force it on yourself, because you will find something eventually that works and fits best for you. So don't do it. Do what you want to do. But it's not going to be worth it in the end just to keep continuing on friendships that don't necessarily work for you. Something that I heard before coming into college, and was one of the things that I am so glad that I focused on when making friends and everything freshman year, was be as social as you can handle. College is so stressful just because you're in a whole new environment, whole new people. You are not used to anything in your new environment, and that will put a lot of stress on you mentally, physically. Yes, you do want to say yes to as many things as you can, going out just to meet new people, have new experiences. All of freshman year is about meeting new people and kind of establishing yourself. But it's okay to say no sometimes. It's really hard to say no, but sometimes it is what's best for you, especially if you have an exam the next morning. Don't feel guilty about it. Hopefully your friends will understand and you'll go out with them next time. Something kind of related to that advice is you need to be welcoming towards new opportunities. You need to invite them in. And by that, I mean, you can't just be sitting in your room all the time, like kind of begrudging going out with your friends. You need to be searching for good things to come to you. And if you're putting out good energy, other people will see that. You attract what you put out. And that is like one of the biggest things that you have to learn, especially if you are trying to make friends. Happiness, lighthearted, whatever you're looking for, maybe like a more serious, deep connection. Someone who's looking for that, it'll attract them because you're both looking for the same thing. Something else that everybody is gonna advise you to do is to join as many clubs as you can. That's what I did my freshman year. I joined so many clubs, so many that I was just like interested in, but also pertain to what I was looking to do in the future. I was pre-dental, so I joined all these like pre-dental clubs, healthcare clubs, etc. And those will help you find people that are interested in things that you are. So of course that's going to be really helpful when you guys are going through the same things, because maybe your friends aren't going into the same types of career paths as you, or they actually know what they want to do and you might not know what you want to do. And it's really hard going through something alone. So yes, you should join many clubs with things that you're interested in, and maybe that will help you in your major/career. But also you don't want to join too many. And that was a problem I had my freshman year. I was like, I'm gonna join this. And all of a sudden, my schedule was insane. I had to choose which club I was going to go to that day just because I couldn't handle all of it. I think it is good to sign up for as many as possible, but then you need to quickly kind of narrow it down so you don't overwhelm yourself your first semester. The first semester academically is already difficult, and you don't want to overwhelm yourself with too many commitments. More advice that is kind of academic but also social is finding people in your classes. In all of my classes, I usually have someone that, I get their number, or we have a group meet together. You can ask them questions. Like, you can rely on this person to ask questions like, hey, if you missed, you can ask them. You don't always want to go to the professor, especially if it's like a 400-person class. When you sit down, find those connections right away, because it'll be so much easier for you in the long run. Personally, I have met a few great friends out of my own classes. classes. Amira, if you're watching this, we had accounting together. If you are looking for friendships and you think that, you know, they might be a great friend to you, ask them to go to coffee and study. It is one of the simplest things. It's an excuse, but yes, of course you do want to study, but it's an opportunity to get someone from out of the classroom and try hanging out with them and see how it goes. So the next thing I want to talk about is do what you want and not what your friends want. For example, when you're coming around second semester and your friends are like, oh my gosh, we're all gonna take this class together. That could be so fun, but if you don't want to do it, do not waste your time, energy, and money on a class that you don't want to take. Make sure you're considering where you're putting your energy, where you're putting your time. Let me just say this, college, it flies by. I was just a freshman 3 years ago, but it felt like yesterday. Looking back, I could tell you so many memories, so many things that happened to me freshman year because they're so vivid. Time just moves way too fast. Do not waste your time. Freshman friends are most likely not forever. A lot of people do make good friendships their freshman year, but I would say the majority of people really make their friends junior, senior year. Those are the people that you're most likely going to see once you leave college. Relating to that, moving friendships and friend groups is normal. If you no longer want to be friends with a certain group of people or a certain person, that is fine. Normalize that. Like, that is fine to move friend groups. I would say that I've probably moved friend groups about 3 times to get where I am today with a group of people that I adore, I love, they support me. It takes time. My next thing is considering Greek life. It definitely depends where you go to school, what your Greek life is like. Consider that, but mull it over. See if it's for you. You're never gonna get the chance to do Greek life again. I personally waited until my sophomore year to do it because I wanted to make sure that this commitment was a good decision for me. I heard about other people's experiences and it sounded like something that I would like. I was in sports in high school and that is a very team focused sort of community, very tight knit. And once I came to college, my freshman year, I kind of felt lost. And I realized it was because I had no sense of community. It was a great decision for me. And I know that a lot of people do not like Greek life after having tried it, but that is something that you need to take upon yourself to kind of understand and feel out. Go watch my other videos about Greek life, especially here at the U. That's how I found my group of friends, and it has me going to things frequently, meeting new people, meeting other people in other chapters, and that's a huge thing within Greek life. It's not all about the chapter that you're in, it's also about everybody else in the community, and that's something that I love. Give it a chance and see where it takes you. My next thing is something that you need to hear, and that is that everybody struggles. Everybody does. I do not care if they say, I'm thriving. No, nobody's thriving all the time, especially their freshman year. Looking back and talking to my friends about it, we all kind of confided in each other 2 years later and we're like, yeah, no, I was really struggling with this. I was really struggling with this. But we didn't share that with each other because we were insecure about it, and it seemed like everybody else was having this amazing time, and that even further isolates you. So something I encourage you to do is to find someone that you can confide in, especially at your school. And I say that just because every school is different, your friends from high school might not understand, and it might be hard to reach out to someone who's enjoying a new life. So I encourage you to find someone that you can confide in at your new school about the things that you're going through. I know that the U of M has a sort of mentorship program your freshman year. I actually acted as a mentor my sophomore year, which was amazing. It's just someone you can talk to about this. Looking back, we're all struggling, and we're all struggling at different times. Your experience is personal to you, so do not get caught up in your head about it because everybody goes through it. I had crutches that I had my freshman year that I felt emotionally helped me through that time, which looking back was extremely unhealthy, and I do want to tell you guys about it because I want you guys to have it on your mind going in, just to think about and hopefully avoid those things. My freshman year, I turned to food for comfort. I don't think I really actually gained any weight. I maybe gained 5 pounds, but it's a little apparent, and I could tell I was trying to go to the gym. gym. I was used to dance team practices every night. I became addicted to sour gummy worms and all these types of sweets that I used to encourage myself to do my homework and to just get through emotional times. And you know, everybody needs something, but do it in a healthy way. You're gonna find out what that is for you and how you're gonna cope, but that is something that you need to consider. And something actually that my counselor told me my freshman year was that I needed to take time for myself. I wasn't taking enough time to myself. I started getting ahead in my homework. It became this obsessive thing. Don't worry, I was still hanging out with my friends, but I just had very unhealthy relationships in many areas. Food, academics, health. When I started taking time for myself and I started not doing homework in my bedroom, because I'll talk about this in my other video, but your bedroom is a temple, and especially in college when everything is in one space, you don't want to bring work into your temple. Comparison will kill you. I'm not even trying to be like so aggressive in that, but do not compare yourself to others. Others need different things in their lives. What you need will come to you eventually. If you keep comparing yourself to someone you think is thriving and doing amazing, it's just gonna continue to hurt you and bring you down in a time that you need to be lifted up. Nothing is perfect right away. Things take time, things take work and effort and love. So just continue to nurture yourself and your relationships and see how they grow. Your freshman year is a time of self-discovery. It doesn't always happen for everybody. You need to be in certain circumstances maybe for your brain to process what needs to happen in your life. For me, that happened my sophomore year, and I really wanted it to happen my freshman year, but I was put into a different environment. I had my own apartment. I had more time to myself. I joined Greek life and met all these amazing, supportive individuals who really helped me grow and see what's really important to me. Maybe you need to be in an environment where you're not nurtured and where things are not going well for you to understand what you need, but it's different for everybody, and that doesn't always happen your freshman year. The majority, if not all people, really do find themselves in college, and that's not even in a maturity way or like your career path and everything, but just finding who you are as a person and your values and what you really care about. That's something that you don't really think about cognitively all the time, but you'll start to see when you're in certain classes and you're with your friends sometimes. It'll just happen. And that's like the thing, is it might be overwhelming. And if that happens for you freshman year, yeah, it might be freaking overwhelming for you. It'll happen, and don't rush the process. And something else that happens during college is time management. Now, people aren't always the best with time management, but this is a time where you might have many commitments and things you want to do, things you want to discover, but there needs to be a balance that is established. A balance. Once you leave college, you're going to appreciate that you took the time to see, how much do I need to devote to this? How much do I need to devote to this? What do I want to do in my free time? That is something that is really important, especially when you get into the real world. The last thing that I want to say, piece of advice that I want to give to you, is expect the worst, but hope for the best. College is not what it seems on the outside, and college is probably not going to be what you expect, and you might transfer, you might switch your major. Things will not always happen according to plan, and a lot of the times it's for the better. We just have to recognize that if you're coming in with the highest of expectations, it's probably not going to meet those. But if you come in with lower expectations, just the bare kind of minimum, it will exceed those expectations. College is amazing. I do not want to stress you guys. It's hard, and it's something that I would never give up for the world. It has been such a great thing for me and for a lot of people that I know. Just put your best effort into things, but don't expect that you're always gonna succeed. Failure happens. Have fun. Do it responsibly, of course. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this will help guide you through college, and especially your first year. I wish you guys the world. I wish you guys the best. Good luck. I love you. See you next time.